Human Resources Management by Melissa King. Human resources are the people who work within an organization. They are the most important and valuable resource for a business. Human resources management is all the activities involved in acquiring, maintaining, and developing human resources. The activities of human resources management consist of acquiring, maintaining, and developing human resources. Acquiring human resources involves 5 separate activities: human resources planning, job analysis, recruiting, selection, and orientation. Maintaining human resources consists primarily of encouraging employees to stay with the firm and to work effectively by using a variety of HRM programs, including employee relations, compensation, and benefits. Developing human resources is concerned with improving employee skills and expanding their capabilities. This involves training and development and performance appraisal. In general, human resources management is the shared responsibility of line managers and staff HRM specialists. In small organizations, the owner handles all or most HRM activities. As a firm grows, a human resources manager generally is hired to take over some responsibility. In large firms, HRM activities tend to be highly specialized with separate groups for compensation, benefits, training and development, and other activities. Human resources planning is the development of strategies to meet a firm's future human resources needs. Planning consists of forecasting human resources demand. Forecasts should be based on all relevant information available. The overall plan will provide information about future venues, new products, and projected expansions or contractions of specific product lines. Past information can be helpful too. HRM uses forecasting information to determine both the number of employees required and their qualifications. A simple method projects personnel requirements to increase or decrease in the same proportion as sales. Planners must also forecast HR supply. A forecast of the human resources supply must take into account both the present workforce and any changes that may occur within it. 2 useful techniques for forecasting HR supply are the replacement chart, which is a list of key personnel and their possible replacements within a firm, and the skills inventory, a searchable database with information on the skills and experience of all present employees, which can be mined to find candidates to fill available positions. Once planners have forecast the supply and demand for personnel, a course of action will be devised to match one with the other. When demand is predicted to be greater than supply, plans must be made to recruit new employees. When supply is predicted to be greater than demand, steps must be taken to reduce the size of the workforce. Employees may leave by being laid off, which is dismissed until they are needed again, or through attrition, which is normal reduction in the workforce that occurs when employees leave a firm, through early retirement, when people who are within a few years of retirement are permitted to retire ahead of schedule with full benefits, or finally as being fired, which is the last resort. Today's workforce is highly diverse, with employees bringing a wide variety of beliefs, expectations, and behavioral norms. Managers must be sensitive to and aware of these differences. Cultural or workplace diversity is the differences among people in a workforce owing to race, ethnicity, and gender. Although cultural diversity is a challenge, managers should view it as an opportunity rather than a limitation. Cultural diversity can result in a stronger organization when managed properly. Job analysis is the systematic procedure for studying jobs to determine their various elements and requirements. The nature of a job must be understood before a manager can find the right person to do it. Job analysis consists of 2 parts. Job description is the list of elements that make up a particular job, and job specification is the list of qualifications required to perform a particular job. Job analysis is not only used for recruiting and selecting, it's also used in other areas of HRM, including evaluation and determination of equitable compensation levels. Recruiting is the process of attracting qualified job applicants. It's a vital link in a costly process and needs to be systematic. Recruiters need to attract the right number of applicants, not so many that matching requires a lot of time and effort. External recruiting is the attempt to attract job applicants from outside an organization. The advantage is that it brings in people who have new perspectives and varied business backgrounds. The disadvantage is it's often expensive, especially if private employment agencies must be hired. Internal recruiting involves considering present employees for available positions. The advantage of promoting from within provides strong motivation for current employees and helps the firm retain quality personnel. The disadvantage is that promoting a current employee leaves another position open. Selection is the process of gathering information about applicants for a position and then using that information to choose the most appropriate applicant. The idea is not to hire the person with the most qualifications, but rather who is most appropriate. Common means of obtaining information about applicants' qualifications are employment applications, employment tests, interviews, references, and assessment centers. Orientation is the process of acquainting new employees within organizations. Soon after a candidate joins a firm, he or she goes through the firm's orientation program. The orientation itself may range widely from a half-hour informal presentation to an elaborate program involving dozens of people and lasting several days or weeks. An effective employee reward system must enable employees to satisfy basic needs, provide rewards comparable with those offered by other firms, be distributed fairly within the organization, and recognize that different people have different needs. Compensation is the payment employees receive in return for their labor. The firm's compensation system must be designed carefully to provide for employees' needs while keeping labor costs within reasonable limits. Comparable worth is a concept that seeks equal compensation for jobs requiring about the same level of education, training, and skills. It is an established fact that women in the workforce are paid less than men, in spite of measures and legislation to counter this phenomenon. Compensation can take a variety of forms. Most forms fall into the following categories: hourly wage, which is the specific amount of money paid for each hour worked. Weekly or monthly salary is the specific amount of money paid during a set calendar period, regardless of hours worked. Commissions, percentage of sales revenue, incentive payments, in addition to wages, salary, or commissions, is a reward for an outstanding job performance. Lump sum salary increases gives the employee the option of taking the entire pay raise in one lump sum. In traditional systems, an annual pay increase is spread evenly across each paycheck that year. And profit sharing, which is the distribution of a percentage of a firm's profit among its employees. A benefit is a reward in addition to the regular compensation that is provided indirectly to employees. Benefits consist mainly of services such as insurance that are paid for partially or totally by employers, and employee expenses such as college tuition that an employer reimburses. Types of benefits are pay for time not worked, insurance packages, and pension and retirement programs. Some benefits are required by law: workers' compensation insurance, unemployment insurance, or employers contribute to employees' federal Social Security account. Other benefits employers may provide are tuition reimbursement plans, credit unions, child care services, company cafeterias, exercise rooms, broad employee stock options, and special benefits to U.S. military reservists who are called to duty. Training and development both are aimed at improving employee skills and abilities. They're differentiated by employee training or management development. Employee training is the process of teaching operations and technical employees how to do their present jobs more effectively and efficiently. Management development is the process of preparing managers and other professionals to assume increased responsibility in both present and future positions. Companies that hope to stay competitive typically make huge commitments to employee training and development. Performance appraisal is the evaluation of employees' current and potential levels of performance to allow managers to make unbiased human resources decisions. This process has three main objectives: to let workers know how well they are doing and how they can improve in the future, provide an effective basis for distributing awards, and help the organization monitor its employee selection, training, and development activities.